Hi guys, welcome back, and it is Derby Day. It's time to beat Bournemouth. Yes, welcome back, and as you guys can see, it seems like we're more of in a promotion race than a relegation race. As you remember in the last episode, we were about, 15, was it 14, 13 games in, something like that. And I said at the time, we'd had a lead that we'd blown. We were struggling to score goals, but we managed, we were still first or second in the episode. But it wasn't something that was looking up. It was more worrying, and even though we did score 5 goals. But I did tweak that formation and put the 2 up top. And I'll be honest with you guys, I think I've cracked the code. I think I might have cracked the how to score goals with this Portsmouth team code. As you can see, we unlocked the cheat code for goal scoring with this new tweaking formation. Obviously, starting with the Millwall result where we had won 5-5 goals to 1. But since then, we have gone on to score 16 goals in 17 games. And in fact, winning 5 of those, obviously only drawing 1 and only losing 1. And we've been absolutely on fire in front of this goal. I'd love to say that it was some sort of actual cheat code to this, that I'd managed to rig it or something like that, but that really hasn't been the case. I mean, just for one example, looking at the Dame Scala, he's absolutely flying there at the top of the league. I know Geddy's on loan from Portsmouth. He was the top scorer for us last season, and he is an absolute gem. I'm absolutely buzzing to get him back this season, and he's only just proving me correct here. And even look at the clean sheets. We're joint first with clean sheets for the season as well. And just quickly looking at the tactics we have used. I mean, the only other quick tweak I did was, well, obviously with Alex Mighton on the left hand side, I put in more of a supportive role to stop him holding in that space where Scarlett is. But that also seems to have worked wonders. Obviously Corbiano on the right, but that's Curtis and some of the other midfielders. We do mix it up a bit. The only stone walls realistically in that attack are the 2 up top. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because Archer's now scoring regularly. Scarlett's clear the top scorer in the league. But what's kind of funny, looking at all of this after obviously these results, where we find ourselves still top of the league, 4 points clear of third. But more importantly, since let's be honest, we are not in that relegation battle, because as they do say, you need around 50 points to stay off relegation, and we're already on 42. So I think I can comfortably say that relegation is not something we need to worry about this season. So why not? Let's look ahead. Let's look ahead to see if we can make it in the playoffs. And I know we are top of the league, but way too long to be going for that in playoffs. And in fact, we are 11 points clear of 7th. So at the moment, we're not only well in from safety, we are well inside the playoff. But here's a nice random fact for you guys. I did a quick nosy. I thought I'll have a nosy after the results to see where we are. Our odds to stay up has gone up. Apparently, after 20 games and 42 points, apparently we're less likely to stay up now than we were beforehand. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. I don't. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Somehow I don't think that's very good. I mean, according to that, Middlesbrough still a better chance at getting in the top 6, than us. They're fighting relegation and sacked their manager. We are, however, now starting to experience a few of those niggly problems. I said at the beginning of the season we might start to come across with obviously having quite a few players in on loan and not being able to keep everyone happy. Unfortunately, it's the ones that aren't on loan that are becoming unhappy, which is a little bit of a concern. But the likes of Colby Bishop wants to obviously leave on loan. Ronan Curtis has said he wants to play more games, and he has told us he's going to leave free at the end of the season. Ogilvy doesn't seem happy because he wants to play in a wide centre-back role, even though he plays on the left-back quite regularly. James McAtee, I don't know if it's a him problem or a Manchester City problem, but I have had that warning now where they're going to look at recalling him in January. So that is definitely a position we are going to need to replace in January. I'm not really too sure what's going on with Alex Mighton. I mean, he plays pretty much all the time. So who knows? But we are having just a few niggly problems. So hopefully we can manage that and it doesn't affect, obviously, the absolutely fantastic season we're having here. Equally, what is also impressive is we have gone quite a few games with quite a few mainly defensive injuries. I don't think we've had a fully fit fullback for a couple of games, not a consistent one anyway. So that's been constantly tweaked around. We've had a few red cards as well. Like double yellows and stuff like that. But we've managed to get through, and we still. I mean, as much as I've badgered on about us needing to score some goals, after the way we defended last season, obviously I brought in pretty much a brand new defense this season. So it's actually quite good to see that defense is actually working, and we're not conceding constantly all the time, including like bringing in Lumley, which I thought was a bit of a. I know we didn't have a goalkeeper, but I thought it was a bit of a gamble, but it seems like it's paying off. So just before we jump into the reason why we are in fact at this episode, which is obviously the derby, we have just done the FA Cup draw for the third round, and we are away at home. I have to say I fancy that one. I fancy us getting a result there. I mean, 11th in the Championship, we're top. But it's nice to go into a game, being confident you could win it even away from home against a team like Hull, coming from League One last season. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, as well, is Matty Vidra has come to me and basically said he doesn't think or expect to get a work permit anymore from ourselves. Maybe it's just because they're not playing as much. So he's basically insisted on a move away from the club because he wants to play football. I didn't really want to sell him because he's a good squad player. But I guess with his wages off the books, I could bring in someone else. I don't know who. But I am trying to get as much money for him as possible before, obviously, we get absolutely nothing for him. And obviously, I don't want an unhappy player on £17,000 a week sat on my bench. So I'm trying to get as much money. If I can get anything north of $1 million, I will be happy. I mean, people aren't biting yet, but it won't be long and there'll be no more Matty Vidra. But let's get into the game itself. As you can see, Bournemouth they're not doing terrible, but if you remember, they were only a result behind ourselves in the last episode. That is not the case anymore. I mean, we can't afford to lose this. I expect us to lose this, I'll be honest. I mean, we're doing well, but it's not something I expect to continue all season. But it's the derby. Who knows? Anything can happen. But it's safe to say Bournemouth are no longer an immediate problem for us. So let's get into the team. And as I said, it's probably quite a familiar team. Just need to adjust that slightly, I think. Obviously, you've got Gilvey on the left. He wants a little bit more game time, so we'll give him it, and he does pretty well there. Gibson, Raggett in the middle, Kane on the right, with obviously Lumley in goal. We've got Longstaff playing in that deep line playmaker role. I did say about Marlon Pack that maybe he would get dropped, and it just seemed to be the case, and we haven't really missed him, I'll be honest. McAtee's in there with a box-to-box attacking playmaker. We're still fiddling with that bit. Mighton on the left as a supporting role, and Corbino on the right, and obviously the two star lads up front with Archer and Scarlett. Right, it's kick-off. We're at home against Bournemouth. It's derby day. Let's see if we can score. Maybe we can get 5 more goals like we did at the end of the last episode. I mean, is a draw a good result for ourselves? I mean, we have to, obviously, Bournemouth came down last season. So, there's the sort of team you expect to be fighting to go straight back up. So, I mean, is a draw even at home? I know it's derby day, and obviously I'm certainly not going to hold back, and I'm just going to go for it. Because you got to on derby day. But I think if you take out the, obviously the derby day aspect, I think a draw is a good result here. Ooh, although I definitely will not be playing for one. Can we do something there? Ooh, is Mighton going to do something? Why did he shoot? I mean, if he squares that, we're 1-0 up. It is frustrating sometimes with this, especially in these big games. But it's been a bright start for ourselves. A few highlights, a few shots. And I don't really want to speak too soon because they are, in fact, on the attack. And now we're on the counter-attack. Can Scarlett do anything with it? It's a good thing about having Arch up there as well. There's someone else to do something with it. I mean, that was something we're having to create a few chances. I mean, this is end-to-end, we're 10 minutes in. We must be on to, the 5th, 6th highlight of the game already. That is not a highlight we were wanting. Is that a goal? Is that a goal? I mean, it was a good goal. It was a good goal, and that was some poor defending. Didn't keep with his man. And Solanke, who I'm surprised is even still here, I'll be honest, at Bournemouth, has gone and took advantage of that. Can our top scorer do it? Can we? Oh, come on. Come on. Longstaff for the box hit. Balling. We're not very good at these set pieces. That might be another thing I need to look at. Always looking, always trying to improve. Can Archer do something there? No. In fact, we're offside. Oh, I mean, It's been a very end-to-end start to the game, as expected. We need to do better. I mean, if I'm saying this, I'm still like disappointed that we're 1-0 down to a team that's just got relegated from the Premier League and we've just got promoted. But the expectation of the season's risen, hasn't it? I mean, we've clearly shown we're better than just a team that's just got promoted. But doesn't mean we can't make bad. What are we doing, lads? I mean, that's multiple decisions now that week that could have led to that could have led to exactly that thing there, which was a goal by none other than Dane Scarlett with, I think it's about his 18th league goal of the season. I mean, out of all the chances and squares literally in front of the goal and kicking it at the keepers we've had, it's took a set piece to get us back on level terms. Well, things seem to have quietened down a little bit as well, because since that goal, I don't think there's been another highlight, but here we are with another one there, and again, another poor decision. Another poor decision in front of goal. I mean, we've clearly shown we can now score goals, so we need to be making better decisions here. Come on. But this is the first highlight since we did score the goal, so it's sort of calmed down a little bit. But just look at the stats at the top. I mean, we've had 8, they've had 5. They've had 4 on target, we've had 5 on target. This is end-to-end, shot for shot, this. Can we get another one? Can we do... Oh. Free kick on the edge of the box. Can we do anything? I mean, I would have preferred Pack on that. I mean, that was just awful. That was awful for McAtee there. I'm not going to lie. We have one final highlight before half-time. Can we do anything with it? Ooh, that would have been an almost perfect end to the half there. Well, we're at half-time. 1-1. Can't really complain. It's been a bit end-to-end. I think we should be winning this game with the chances we've had, especially the clear chances. I mean, the XG kind of suggests that they've kind of had one decent chance and put it in, and we've had a few that we haven't taken advantage of. A bit frustrating, but nevertheless, 1-1 half-time. There's another 45 minutes to go. Right, the lads are fired up. Let's get on with the second half. Let's see if we can put some of these chances away for a change. Here we are straight away. Ogilvy, can he do something with it? Can Mighton make a good decision? In the box, can anyone... Nope. Have they cleared it? Have we got a penalty? Ooh, we've got a penalty. I mean, come on, Scarlett. I mean, you've got 18 goals this season. Ooh, yes, get in. I mean, he got lucky, but get in, and I think that is Scarlett's 18th goal in the league and 20th goal of the season, and we haven't even hit January yet. I mean, he's going to be a hell of a player. I worry that if we do something this season, well, it's not a worry, we ain't getting Scarlett back next season. How do we replace that? We've got another highlight here as well. So can we make something? Can we possibly put some distance between ourselves and Bournemouth? Here's Mighton and Ogilvy there. So you're going to put it in the box? I thought he passed it to no one there. Is Kane just going to try and... Yeah. Oh! You thought that went in that there. Goal line tech there, like. I mean, there is goal line tech, but, you know. They've got a counter-attack from this free kick, though. Hopefully, it's not too damaging. I mean, they have managed to make their way all the way into the box, and the keeper did fumble it. But we have managed to clear it out for a corner. I mean, we need to do better there. We really need to do better there. I mean, Bournemouth have got out a team here. They've got, like, is it like Victor Wanyama? Cedric? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the team. I mean, just pause that a second. Look at that team. Solanke, Brooks, Law, Kilkenny. Is that Victor Wanyama? It is Victor Wanyama. I know he's 32-year-old, but... I mean... Cedric... I mean... What does their bench look like? What does that mean? Obviously, Tav's come off. They've got Anthony there, Bertrand Traore, Chris Smith. They've still got a good team. I mean, you'd have to say, I mean, they're still underachieving, but you'd have to say to a degree they are underachieving. We might have to look at making some changes in a minute. I don't really want to, though, because I kind of feel like we're in control. And I mean, I say we're in control, and then he goes and does that. I mean, what's the thinking behind that decision? I think it's time to make a couple of substitutions, because obviously all the front line are pretty much knackered there, and I don't really want to run the risk of being tied out and left alone there. I think we'll take... Do we have any decent centre-backs? I think I'll take Raggett off. I know he's having a good game. But put Regan Poole in there. And let's freshen up the attack with... Let's get him on. And... Yeah, let's change both the wingers. Why not? Change both the wingers. Hopefully, it won't be too damaging. If anything, it should, keep us fresh and on the go. I don't really want to... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Dane Scarlett is injured. I hope and pray this is not a serious injury, because if it is, we are in big trouble. I mean, this could be like season-changing kind of trouble if Dane Scarlett is injured. I'm not even worried about the result anymore. I'm more worried about what's happened with him and whether that's bad or not. Hopefully we don't mess this up completely now. Hopefully Archer's he might have to step up in a minute. Archer, he may have to step up, depending on how severe this injury is in a moment. I'm more just bothered about getting to the end of the game so I can see what the injury is. I might have to can we do something here? I don't really want to take it back a bit though. I don't really want to there we go, guys. It is Derby Day. We have one Derby Day, Portsmouth 2, Bournemouth 1. Put even more distance between us and them. But at what cost? At what cost has this Derby Day victory come with? I'm almost too frightened to look, if I'm honest. I don't care what you have to say. So before we do look at the hopefully not too damaging news regarding Scarlett, this is the league table for ourselves after 21 games. Obviously, a lot of these teams have games in hand, but we are looking at 7 points clear of third, which is just after 21 games for Portsmouth. I don't know how we're pulling this off. I really don't know. I mean, obviously that guy's the reason why we're pulling it off, but I don't know how we're pulling it off. But it's safe to say relegation is not on the cards, even if it might be for the team I support. But now let's go look at what cost has this victory come with. I don't really want to look. I know as you can see, guys, there it's the video situation, but I'm not really worried. 4 to 6 weeks, so that's like halfway through January. He's going to be out. You got to assume it's going to be the 6 weeks, haven't you? So you're looking at around Hull, West Brom, possibly by the time he's back. I mean, what's a month from there? In fact, you're looking at the end of January. I don't think he's now going to play now till February, which is going to be interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. Right, guys, as it seems that Dane Scarlett is not going to be back till essentially February, I think the plan from here on out is we'll come back around February. Maybe Barnsley, Coventry. I don't expect to be having an interest in January, if I'm honest. I mean, Vidra's going to go. It looks like he's going to go for about £1 million. So I'm going to have some wages to maybe bring someone in. And then obviously there's McAtee. But I'll have a comeback around deadline day of January because there's no point coming back before then. Nothing interesting in terms of like transfers and plays is going to happen. I'm not going to do much. I haven't done much in the previous January transfer window, and I can't see it being much different in this one. Obviously, if something does come up that obviously is really, really interesting or anything drastic happens, of course I'll come back early and we'll go through it together, guys. But I think right at the end of January into February, when Scarlett's back, we can all sort of review the squad situation then, who actually left, how many if any of the players got recalled, any of our players left, and if we managed to bring anybody in. Again, I'm not really too sure if that's going to be the case. And also we can have a look at what the league table looks like after 6 weeks without the top scorer in the league. I mean, I'm not holding much hope that we're still going to be first or in the top 2 after those 6 weeks. But we'll just have to see. But nonetheless, guys, I do appreciate you coming out today and watching this episode. Obviously, it's Derby Day today. We had to come back for the Derby. First Derby of the season, and we've won it. So that's 1-0 to Portsmouth against Bournemouth. Obviously, guys, if you do enjoy the series and you did enjoy the episode, click a like on the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. It helps me out massively. It helps the channel out massively. And guys, feel free to comment down below. That also helps. And I'm also very interested to hear your thoughts on the season so far. If you feel like I do need to do anything in January, and your thoughts on the Scarlet injury. But I do appreciate you guys coming out and watching the episode. And I'll see you all when Scarlet returns.